Guess who's black in the house? Get a bill. Body like, wow, pussy about to end this drought. What's going on, y'all? Come on in the classroom. Oh my God, I feel like a virgin, like it's the very first time. I'm nervous. I'm slightly trembling, and I'm just waiting for him to walk. I have, guys, we haven't met in a. Let me make sure it's live on YouTube. Okay, just give me 1 second. Y'all know I get anxiety when I get all these bells and whistles. Oh, perfect. It's live on YouTube. Amazing. All right. What's going on, everybody? This is your nerd boy cutie reporter for duty, here to do the Lord's work once again. I missed you, bitches. What is going on out there? Listen, y'all, I wish y'all could see my setup right now. Listen, I am talking to my iPhone. I have my Mac computer right here, and I actually invested. Thank you to you guys who got merchandise. I took that money like I promised y'all, and I was going to invest. I have a monitor right here. Y'all can't see it, but it's a monitor. It is a monitor. I can see all the bells and whistles. I can see the questions, and I feel confident that I'm going to do a great job today. What have y'all been up to? What have y'all been doing? Have you guys been like kegeling and praying in this while you guys been on like spring break? I've missed you guys so much. I really enjoy doing this. And as you know, today we have back in the classroom Giselle from America's Next Top Model Cycle 1. Now, for those of you who have been following me diligently, you know that a couple months ago, actually the day before my birthday, February 9th, I talked to Giselle on Instagram. It was sickening. It was sickening. Going back to that day, I remember talking to her and I could see the screen like doing like this flash. It kept, I was like, girl, what's going on? And so then when I got off and I tried to save it, Instagram kept saying, report. So I'm like, girl, what's going on, girl? Come to find out, talking to the my Instagram rep and all the other stuff, it was some words that was said that, girl, I don't know. Because I'm like, I've said way worse words than that word. Because y'all already know how my mouth is set up. I don't give a fuck. But anyway, she has so graciously agreed to come back into the classroom again, kicking us out of our hiatus. And we are so grateful and so thankful because we're going to get into the things of the things of the things of the things. So I'm done talking. Without further ado, I'm going to bring this pretty lady in one, two, bam!
Na 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 giggity high.
You know that
I
song.
like that song so much.
What'd you say?
Don't you call me mother. Yes.
Oh no, you got to do it from the beginning, Giselle. Please give it to me.
Oh,
Please give it to me.
what is it? What is it? How does it go? How does it start?
Guess who's back in the?
Oh yeah, no, but I don't. I never know what the lyrics are. I just like the beat of the music. I never know what they are ever. It's like 3 years later, and then I'm like, oh, I got it now. I got it.
You ready?
I'm ready.
So it says, guess who's back in the house? Heels click clacking about. Fine fish, feminine style to 11. I'm divine so heavily. Gentleman's foot is down across the board with no doubt. Body like wow. Pussy about to end this drought. City so put a fish script. Oh, yeah, I can't do it no more. But yeah, all those.
Yes, that's amazing. Wow, you get it. Record deal, here we come.
Please,
I better be a backup
someone.
dancer, please. Oh, record deal. You should like cover something or do something original and then get all of your, little top model girls to be your backup dancers in the back, getting down and our click clacks. Yeah, that would be amazing.
Would you be there?
I mean, hi.
Would you come?
With my batas and my splits and cartwheels and all the things. Maybe even the jet pose from the photo shoot.
Oh, yes. Giselle, again, thank you so much for agreeing to do this with me again.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is the first time I'm ever meeting you.
Yes, how are you? My name is Oliver Twixt. Nice to meet you.
I know, guys.
So listen, we're just going to jump right on into it. I'm going to ask you, Jill, to kick this whole thing off. How did you get involved in America's Next Top Model? Because we know in cycle 1, we had one group of girls, and then we were told that the people went out to the highways and byways and found 2 other girls. How did this happen?
Honestly, I have no idea how it happened on their side of things, but for me, I didn't even know anything about this show. I saw later on that all these girls were doing these like nationwide searches and these big group like convention events and going on the mic and doing video submissions and tours of their hometown, all this stuff. I did none of that. I was just doing my thing, dancing at Disney. And a friend of mine that was in one of the parades was like, yo, what are you doing here? And I'm like, what do you mean? I'm dancing. I work here. I'm in the show, I'm in the parade. And he was like, yeah, no. You should like go model or something. And I was like, no, I'm not about that life. And then he was like, okay, well, hear me out. Why don't you just give me your headshot? Because my ex-girlfriend is casting for the show at the time called Supermodels Work. What kind of girl, right? And
you are a queen, Giselle. I love it.
So I was like, sure. I had some like janky headshot that some weirdo photographer took of me, but hey, I had one and gave it to him. He was like, cool, I'll give it to her. And that was in July or August of the year before it premiered. And I heard nothing. And then all of a sudden I was working a fit modeling job for some Texas company and they were so awesome. While I was there, they were, I got a phone call and it was the New Year's Eve, December 30th of 2002. And they were like, hey, we're from the show Supermodels. Can you come down and do an audition right now? And I'm like, Anyway, I did. Right away, I got a call back. And then I met Tyra Banks like right then and there. And I was like, oh, hi, I wasn't prepared for that. And then they said, you are going to be a part of this new supermodel show. And you have 4 days to get your shit together, basically, and you're flying to New York. And I had never been on an airplane, nothing. And then they were like, oh, and just so you know, you and another girl are being brought in with a group of other girls that have already been casted on the show, other girls. And I was like, oh God, like this isn't enough pressure already. Sign me up for some more pressure. And then there I went. And so when you guys see Tessa and I walking in, that was legitimately the first time we had ever met any of these young ladies.
Oh.
Yup. We were like super digitally imposed into all of the promotional materials too. So when you see, all of the, all 10 of us, there was 10 of us, right? Yeah. All 10 of us, they put Tessa and I, we did our photo shoot separately. And then they digitally superimposed us into the group shots. Yeah.
Were you trying to be a model back then, or was it just something like, hey?
It was just, hey, honestly, I just wanted to be on TV.
So, of course, we know that like Cycle 1 is prehistoric reality TV. No one knew that when America's Next Top Model Cycle 1, Episode 1 came out, it will become this big phenomenon, cultural phenomenon.
It's crazy.
No one knew. So I'm pretty sure like what the set looks like, maybe Cycle 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, definitely about 10. What it looked like then, in no way looked like that Cycle 1. When you walked in the doors of the America's Next Top Model set, what did it even look like? Like, what was the chaos, the commotion, the ongoing?
Okay, well, I mean, for me, I was just in awe of the whole situation. Our apartment thing that they had set up at the Flat Hotel was in Manhattan. And so I was just like, oh my God, this is so cool. But when I stepped into the panel and saw how it was made, I was just like, wow, television really is some like made up fake stuff, because like this is not, what I would think a nice set would look like. But hey, cool, it works. It wasn't too much of like a, oh my God, this is horrible. But when I look back at it now, I'm like, how embarrassing. And so I come to find out I know, right? When I come to find out how they all put it together and the show almost didn't happen because our budget was like nothing. It was when I did the E! True Hollywood story of America's Next Top Model, and I watched that episode after, I did all my interview and they, edited it all together. I saw that and they were explaining the whole budget and how they had nothing and they were just kind of pulling it together, and Jay was helping them do it and everything. And I was just like, wow, no wonder it looked like really bad. But hey, everyone has to start somewhere. It obviously worked out, right? So.
I just want to tell my friends out there watching, currently at now 200 folks on this little, like the way I have it configured now, I can look at Giselle as well as look at the comments at the bottom, and they're already starting with the how excellent and all this other chaos that we're going to talk about later on. I just want to give y'all energy, shout y'all out. I freaking love y'all. Y'all are freaking amazing. And we're going to move into y'all's favorite part of my A&TM chats, which is A&TM roll call, where I'm going to name every person who was casted on your cycle of America's Next Top Model, and you're going to tell me the first thing that comes to your brain, whether good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. Are you ready?
Okay, let's go.
You know what, Giselle, before we start, I just want to say, every time I talk to you, you have the most amazing background. Your view of New York City is to die. Like, look, it's a boat crossing. Turn around, look at it. That is so cool.
It's like a barge going by right now, but yeah, there it goes. I love it. It's so perfect. I mean, like, I have these gorgeous, whatever, floor to ceiling corner unit, beautiful place with this backdrop, you know, my view. However, in practicality, it doesn't really work out all that well because the heat from the sun just kind of fries us up. And in New York, they turn off your option to have the air conditioning until they're, and so I'm like dying. I'm over here sweating, trying to do, you know, this every once in a while, like I'm on set with under all these hot lights, and that's not the case, except for one little ring light that's not doing anything. Anyway.
I just adore you. I just adore you. I adore you. Okay, here we go. The first girl out of the house, the girl you walked in the door with, Tessa.
Loved her. I got to know her on my own because it was just the two of us. Great, lovely, sweet person. I really liked her a lot. It's unfortunate that when she left, it was she was the first one to go. And I was like, oh, no, my friend. But she quickly abandoned me for Adrian because they were both smokers. So, yeah.
I have a question out there, friends. Can we all hear Miss Giselle clearly? I do hear like a small echo. It's not too distracting. I just want to make sure the people out there are okay. I just want to make sure y'all are cool. Are y'all cool out there? Is it fine for y'all? I don't want nobody getting on my nerves. I don't want to spank nobody's ass. But I want to make sure y'all okay. I'm looking. Okay, everybody says it's okay. Okay, perfect. Okay, it may just be me. All right. Talk to me about that first photo shoot when you guys were on top of that freezing building in bikini. Tyra was there.
Tyra was at all of our shoots. Yeah. So, see, this is what's hard because, like I said, before in our last interview, we didn't do. I was painted a certain way. I've had no confidence, but I really did. And so when we went to do it, I was like, listen, this is showtime. I come from being a dancer. I come from being on stage. I don't care that it's 4 degrees outside, in which it was. I mean, it was really cold, really cold. I was more concerned about how I was looking in those J-Lo bathing suits and if I was going to be able to get to keep it, which we did. So that was awesome. But no, just like you saw right there in the show, I ripped off that blanket and I pretended like, you know, I used that coldness to my advantage. He was like, yes, breathe into the cold. It's freezing as shit, but you know, come on. So I was good. I had no issues. I felt bad for Elise, but I was good.
Oh, Elise struggled. Elise was shaking.
It was like snot everywhere. I mean, but she was like this big too, you know?
Mm-hmm. Are there like any behind the scenes tea you remember from that day, the very first photo shoot of America's Next Top Model?
Any behind the scenes?
Like you remember from that day, from the photo shoot, like that day on set.
Well, I mean, there was so much drama because half the girls didn't get there on time. So then we had to go through all that hoopla and, you know, the tension between us other girls being there on time and we should have gotten them or not, or you know, all this craziness. So it was like the excitement going in on the very first photo shoot was kind of stripped away from me specifically because they were getting in trouble and then they were blaming us and it was just a lot of drama and tension. And then, you know, Elise was freaking out and she was cold and I'm just like, come on, people, like, just go out there and do it. So then that way you can, you know, get back into warmth. But yeah, I mean, it was a little annoying with all that you're late crap. So, but other than that, I had a blast.
So we move into the very first panel. What did you think when you walked in?
I was freaked out. I mean, hi, I flew across the country from Los Angeles to New York. I'm 18 years old. I don't even really want to model, but I want to be on TV, so I better model great so that way I can last as long as possible so I can get that screen time. So yeah, I wanted to say, I really wanted to go for it. And then I got really into that competitive spirit because it's like, well, I am here. I deserve to be here. So, you know, I did the best that I could, I thought. And it was nerve wracking. And then to see Janice and Kimora and Tyra and, you know, the it's intimidating. And I'm just a young kid, really, just trying to do my thing. And then I'm going to get all, you know, criticized or given constructive criticism, what have you. And it was scary. It was really scary. And yeah, I don't think that I thought too much of the decorations at that specific, the first eliminations, because I was just so like, okay, what's going to happen?
Yeah, the decoration sucked ass. I think we could all universally say they sucked ass. It didn't look right. But you know, hey, we all got to start from somewhere. But it did suck ass. Who else? The next person is Katie.
Yes, I thought she was really a nice person too. However, I kind of kept her at arm's length because she's the one that looked the most like me, or I looked the most like her. However, you know, we resembled each other. We had the same sort of Latina kind of look. And I just thought she was so pretty. Like, and she was smaller, she was shorter, and I always wanted to be smaller in my life. I hated being 5'10". So she was the shortest one of all of us, and she, you know, felt a certain kind of way about that. But to me, I was just like, oh, she's brunette and she has that olive tone and she's just so pretty. And I felt a lot of competition with her, but she was really nice.
Okay. The next person is Nicole.
I always feel bad when I feel like I'm gonna say something negative, but again, this is from a long time ago, people.
It's a long time ago.
To me, she was just a blonde, fakey boob person from close to my hometown too. She was like 30 minutes away from where I grew up. So I knew her kind of ways and type, and I knew the boyfriend she had, and she just wasn't like my people. And she just seemed so fake to me. I don't know. And it's not like she was mean and she just constantly was crying over her boyfriend. I had a boyfriend too, you know. I wasn't like, you know, crying over it. It was just she was, you know.
What was going on in your head when you saw her and Mr. J. Manuel, who at the time had black hair, go back and forth? When he was like, "Girl, you can just go back to Burger King and work then," and I was like, "Jay, oh my god!"
No, looking back at it, I'm like, "What are you doing?" You know, but I'm happy for you that you're like standing up for yourself. I like that she spoke back to him, or she stood up for herself, you know. But at the time, I was just like, girl, what are you doing? This is not, why are you sabotaging your own opportunities here? This is ridiculous. And I was getting mad because I was like, if this girl stays longer than me, we're gonna have a problem here. I'm gonna be really upset, and then I know this whole thing is rigged. And no, it's not cool. She should totally have not sabotaged that at all. And I can't believe you said that to her, because I was like, damn. I hope the people at McDonald's are not, or was it Burger King or McDonald's? What'd you say?
No, it was Burger King. It was definitely Burger King.
Well, I hope the people at Burger King were not offended.
This was Makeover's episode, I believe. How did it feel when Tyra was like, "Oh, we don't have a makeover"?
What the hell was that? Like, what the hell was that? How freaking rude. I was like, oh, okay. I think what happened here was they decided to bring 2 more girls in, and since one of the girls was gone, they forgot to, you know, include my makeover when they added me. And hello, I'm still here. Yeah, I felt so. I've always been the type of person that I've always felt so out of place and not really accepted by people or a group of people. So when she went to me, it was like, what are we gonna do with you? I was just like, made me feel like crap, you know. But hey, you just roll with it. whatever.
The next girl on our list is the icon living. Hey, Miss Ebony Haith.
You know, we parted ways so nice. She had left me a really great, kind little note that you would have never thought she would have left me after everything you saw us go through on the show. But before that, initially, she was just a lot. You know, she's a very big personality, boisterous. She does not stop talking. She took her criticisms or constructive criticisms very, very to heart, which caused the whole thing with her, lathering up and the whole thing. And so everybody was complaining about it. So then I finally had to say something. But it's just like, oh my gosh,
there was this moment, and
it was just a lot to deal with, but really great person.
There was this moment in one of the episodes when all of you guys were like cleaning, and you and Ebony just going back and forth is so funny. And I feel like I die every time I heard that lady said, will say Giselle. That is
Giselle?
That is funny, Giselle.
I wonder if I spoke to her in, present day in person, if she would still say my name like that.
Giselle, I talked to... Go ahead.
Oh, no, I don't remember lying around as much as that, the way they edited me to look like. I think I was doing my thing, but I think what happened is that they decided to edit it the way that they edited it because I went and asked for a massage. I was supposed to be cleaning. Hey, if you don't ask, you don't know.
How old were you? You were 18, right?
I was the youngest one. Shannon was 18 as well, but she was just like a few months older than me. But I was I was the youngest of Top Model first season, and then I was the very first challenge winner of the entire franchise.
Oh, yes, we talked about this. Let's talk about you being the very first challenge winner ever on America's Next Top Model.
Well, the thing is that I never even thought about it until I was talking with another, I was on another interview and they were asking me how I felt about that. And I was just like, wait, what? They're like, yeah, the very first challenge was the Runway challenge. And that was in the very first episode. And you won that. And I was like, oh, yeah. I never thought about that. I guess it's cool. I mean, I don't know. Whatever. Nothing came of it, obviously. I didn't become the winner.
Oh, well, in hindsight, that may have been a good thing, Mama. That may have been a good thing.
I know. I feel so bad about that too, because then when I heard all of those things didn't really pan out for her, Adrian, I was like, it's fine that I didn't win then. That's kind
of... Let's go back a little bit. I want to talk to you about that snake photo shoot you guys had. How was that in real life, being there shooting with reptiles listed? I would have probably got eliminated because I like snakes, but not them type of snakes.
Back then, I was a bit more fearless than I am now. I don't think if I were put in that situation now, I don't know that I'd be able to do it. I would have never been able to do the spider one, the Ava spider diamond one. Never. No, I don't know. I probably would have gotten eliminated because that was never going to happen. Oh, God. Oh, just thinking about it. But the snake, I was fine. The first one they put on me was a small one. I don't know, garden snake. I'm not sure. And it wrapped around my head. And so that was a little bit scary because I then thought it was going to wrap around my throat. But I stood there, I held my ground. I said, again, it's a production. Let's just do the performance. They did not like that. And then they brought out the boa. And I was like, oh my God. But literally, it was just, the whole body wrapped out of the studio almost. It was enormous. But in the photo, and really all I dealt with was just its head. And I kissed it and everything. And I caressed it. And I just, went in with it and did my performance.
Congratulations, because I couldn't have done it. I would have been. It's something about dealing with things that are not mammals, like reptiles, birds, insects. I just get clink because I'm like, they don't have feelings. Do snakes have feelings?
I don't know. And let me
Yeah,
tell
like,
you, I was more concerned about how awful that I hated my makeup that they used for me than the snake. I
because
was
they
like,
put you in that glitter.
yeah, they wiped my whole face off. They bronzed me up a little bit, and then they just sprayed me with a bunch of glitter. And then everyone else had like all these gold like leaves and all these glamour shots, and I just felt so naked, and that I got such a crappy look for that. But hey, I went with it anyway.
So the next girl on our list is Kizzy, Tyra Banks' little sister.
I know. I mean, I guess she looked like her, but like I just didn't have any sort of connection with her at all. She was a nice person, I guess, but just from a distance, she was with her, Bible room.
The Bible Belt.
Well, over there. And they kept to themselves. It was Shannon, Robin, and Kizzy, and that was them.
Um, y'all may cancel me in the ATM community. I believe I've said it once and I will say it again. When you look at Kizzy's portfolio, Kizzy should have gone home, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. She should have gone home. Like when you stack her up against all the other girls, it's like, okay, like she was nice. I think everybody liked her because she was very nice. She was very pleasant. She looked like Tyra Banks and she was nice. But when it came to her actual photos, like there's no way no one on this earth can convince me that her jumping photo was better than Giselle's jumping photo. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Actually, no, I'm not sorry. Because I meant it. I mean it. The next lady on our list is the icon, Miss Robin Manning.
It was like Robin and Ebony were the big forces in our coven.
Oh yes, Grand High Supreme.
Just very different. Two opposite, ends of the spectrum, but so big in the way that they emote and the way that they, just were with their energy. So I kind of feel the same way about her in the way that I felt about Ebony. But she didn't really bother me too much because I also did grow up in the whole Christian world. I just chose to leave that out of my, my being on the show. And I also didn't get the opportunity or option to stay in their room because everybody claimed their beds before Tessa and I did. I got Kendall, but to her, she was so much older than me. I think she was like 10 years older than me. She was already 20. Like a mom. Like, okay, she's doing the plus size mama thing. If they want that, then they're going to do that. There's no comparison. That's like a whole different situation. Not my thing to deal with. Mama Robin. All right, cool. Go over there and preach. Preach on. Go.
Listen, that scene with all of y'all in that living room going at it is so iconic, and I feel like it is so underrated when we think about the most iconic scenes in reality TV history. That scene when when Robin is trying to pray and everybody is yelling and Robin breaks out singing and that Ebony looks at the camera and rolls her eyes. Oh
Ebony
my God.
straight up broke that fourth wall, and it was epic.
She cracked it, crashed it, blew it up.
So great. So great watching it later because I had no idea that she did it at the time because I was trying to close my eyes and be in the moment. Yeah. Wow.
And then once they're done praying, Emmy's like, I don't even think I have any problem with praying, but this is not a sorority. This is a modeling competition. Oh my God, that Ebony Haith is a funny lady to me. She cracks me up. That Robin is a funny lady. She cracks me up. Another person who makes me laugh is Elise. What do you think about Elise?
Okay, let me be careful this time. Wow. Well, sort of disdain that I felt for her came after, because I didn't realize how she felt about me until I watched the show. And again, I didn't watch the show in real time. People were telling me about it, and I had to watch it way later. So I didn't know how she felt about me. I knew that she had an issue with all of us thinking that she had an eating disorder. She pretended to be a certain way. She was very two-faced. She was a bit quiet, and those quiet ones, ooh, can be evil, scary. So I kind of felt just like towards her. But man, you claim that you are smarter than everyone else. So you claim that you're this soon-to-be physician, you're pre-med, you're this, you're that, you're so and then you go into your confessional and you're going to say those nasty words about an 18-year-old that just literally left high school. Like, come on, use common sense. Just, you can easily say she's a bit immature and I can't handle or deal with her, but she didn't have to go that low to be saying, I'm useless. And then the word, who does that? I don't speak to people like that, no, or about people.
That rant is so, I don't know. It's just, I hate to say the words iconic because I don't know if we should be praising it, but it's just so like, oh my God.
It definitely is iconic. Anytime you're going to get something dramatic or something that's going to make you go, ouch, like, whoa, I can't believe she said that, he said that, they said that, whatever. It's like, it's always going to be, something iconic. So I totally get that, and I'm not offended by it. But I mean, for an 18-year-old girl to hear that, it's pretty messed up.
Now, Giselle, I want to know. Something just rang my ears as she said, "What the hell your ass was doing that you couldn't watch you on TV in real time? What was you doing?"
Hi. Okay. So when the show came out, I was in college, university. I was working at Disney. I had an agent and I was auditioning in LA. I was working on Deal or No Deal. And I was also with Anaheim Ballet Company as a professional dancer. So I was booked.
She was a Cassie girl.
As a matter of fact, I ended up having to drop out of college that semester because I couldn't do it. And I lied to my parents about it for, the whole semester. And then when I didn't finish right on time, they were like, what happened? Oh, remember the last year? Yeah. So that's why I couldn't, and we didn't have DVR back then. And then when the DVD came out, they didn't even send us a free copy. People had to buy it and send it to me as a gift. Oh, thank you. And then I think that's when I popped them in and then like really watched them in its full, back when we had like DVD players.
Did y'all get paid to be on the show? Like,
no. Are you kidding? No, we did not. We were in the beginning of like reality TV. We got given a per diem so we could buy our own food because it's not like they stocked up our fridge with anything. We had to go buy our own food, and okay, we had an occasional go out to dinner and they took care of that. But yeah, I saved a lot of mine, so I came home with some money, but it wasn't like, no. Now when you get a contract to be on one of these shows, I mean, they're paying you. Oh, wrong era of life for me, but it's all right.
It's girls like you, Giselle, who had to walk so that punks like me could run.
What?
No, you said nowadays in reality TV they pay, and I'm like, yes, they do.
It's very much a job now. I mean, how do you think Teresa Giudice is paying for her children, her 4 girls from that show? Because we know what happened to her, man and stuff. So.
Giselle, I told you this last time. You need to tell your agent or who's ever in charge of your career. They need to shop you around for reality because you are a key. Listen, y'all, me and Miss Giselle have had a couple of conversations outside of the live, and Giselle is a funny lady. She is a funny lady. I thought my humor was bad. No, hers is. It's so good. And she just slides in there. So effort. No, it's good. No, it's entertaining. You need to fix something?
No, no, no. Yeah, it's just, a little dark, but there's nothing I can do about it unless I like go in here. It doesn't matter. All right, whatever. Cares.
The next lady on our list is Shannon Stewart.
Oh, so sweet. Um, she was one I wish I had her body. I was like, she has the perfect, like, Elise was the model body because she was so skinny, but so was Shannon. But it was like a beautiful, long, lean ballerina type of look that Shannon had. So I was really envious of her body, and it was natural. And she didn't have boobs. I didn't have boobs, and we were roughly the same age. So yeah, I liked her. She was just kind and sweet. I mean, a bit, big on the mouth with but sweet.
And last but not least, the winner, Miss Adrienne Curry.
Gosh, it seems like so many people. Okay. We're not done yet. Adrienne. Well, first of all, I love how candid she is these days, and I love that she has left everything and she's proud of it, and she's an Avon lady, and she's living in the mountains with her hot lumberjack man. Love that about her these days. Back then, I thought she was really cool. I could not believe she won because
Why?
the way she spoke,
Oh.
like, I don't know what that's about. It was confusing because Tyra Banks was saying how, the top model winner has to be poised and eloquent and speak well and, be versatile and this and that, blah, blah. And
She got to be on point. She has to be ready.
Yeah. And I was like, well, she doesn't have that. She's very rough. And it's not like she became unrough with the way that she spoke when she won. So I'm like, how is she going to represent, the top model brand and become Revlon and Marie Claire and whatever elite or model? I don't even know who her agency was back then. And then, well, she didn't anyway. So, but it was very confusing. That's all. No, I'm not trying to be mean. No, I'm not being mean. I promise. Just, again, I'm talking about back then. I didn't understand.
Yes,
I didn't understand. Because I'm a communications major. I have a dance background. I can do a bunch of things. I'm not complaining about no snakes. I wasn't complaining about any 4-degree weather. I, hit that athletic Reebok shoot, and yet I have no confidence. Okay.
Let's move on to the judges panel. Is that okay?
Sure.
All right. Who are the judges? This okay. Boo Quillian. Where is he right now?
I don't know. I don't even really know who he is. He was the editor-in-chief of Marie Claire. Is that his situation?
She was something, yeah. Let's go with that.
I don't know. I really could care. At the time, I could really care less about him. Like, his opinion really didn't matter to me because it just seemed like he always was just a bit like about everything. However, when I saw later on the episode that he kind of stuck up for me, I was like, oh, wow. Because he was like, you guys are saying that she has no confidence, but I don't see that in these photos. In these photos, I see a girl with confidence. So that was really nice.
What about Miss Kamora Simmons?
I really liked her. I thought she was really beautiful. I felt like I kind of bonded with her because she, just at the time, she complimented me on her shoes that I was wearing for the Stuff Magazine shoe. And she seemed a little bit more sweet in her delivery with giving her criticisms.
Next is the icon, the legend, Miss Janet Dickinson, the world's first supermodel. You better know it.
Wow. Well, you know what? That B, I'm going to call her that B, and I say it in a nice, positive way. Just a woman I absolutely love. She was crass. She was tough. She was in your face. She was honest, and I loved every minute of it. I prefer somebody like that versus like smiling and saying stuff like that's so yeah, like passive aggressive or just condescending.
Passive
She's
aggressiveness.
straight, and I love that about her. And she had a liking towards me too, so obviously that's going to make me feel good. And it was really cool when I saw her trying to get her own, show going too. I was like, please, come on, Janice, you can do this. But yeah, I don't really have anything negative to say about her, even though she was like really rough. But I liked her. I really did.
Mm-hmm. And last but not least, Miss Tyra Lynn Banks herself. Give it to me.
Okay, well, I just, I want to say nice things about her. Congratulations, you made top model. You should be like coming back to your original pioneer of your franchise contestants and hooking us up. But you're not going to do that, are you? I mean, come on. Anyway, whatever. I thought that she was just a very not genuine person. I just don't like that. Just when she was trying to do all these things of like coming in and hang out with us girls, and when I've seen other later cycles where she's trying to have like heart to hearts and whatever with them, I'm just like, oh, come on. I just don't buy it. I feel like she lacks warmth or something. I don't know what it is. I just don't, I don't know. And then she did bring me back on an episode of hers when she had her talk show, the Tyra Banks show or the Tyra show. So that was cool. And I was like, well, maybe things will be nice. I'll get a different memory of her, a feel for her. And it was nothing. I mean, when we're not rolling and we're sitting there and we're talking to each other, just her and I, it's so cold. It's so plastic. She was just, I was like, oh, okay, well, you're still just, she's like, oh, how are you? Okay, good. And then I'm like, look at where you are. I don't know. You should have more respect for people. I don't know. I could go on and talk about her. I just don't want to. I said something so bad about her. I think on some CNN media outlet interview I did back in the day, and I got reamed, and my mom got mad at me. So she was like, "She gave you an opportunity. You should never be speaking to her like that about that's bad." I'm like, okay, well. It's my opinion.
Yes, exactly. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody has reasons to believe what they believe, and it should always be respected. That is my belief.
Exactly.
That is my belief. So if you feel like Tyra was an asshole to you, you just feel like she was an asshole to you.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, and then hearing what she did with Adrian, that's like really messed up. Like messed up. So I was like, see, I knew it. My intentions. Not intentions, my intuition was right.
I don't know if you know, but she called me like 2 weeks ago, and I spoke to her for probably like 15 minutes. And everyone thinks that and she agreed to do a live with me. She said she's going to do a live with me. I should probably call her because I haven't called her since that day. I'm sorry, I've been busy. But everyone thinks that because she called me, I'm not going to ask her all the tough questions. Do you know who the hell I am?
Oh my God, please do.
My name is Oliver Twixt, the head nerd in charge, the nosy bitch y'all all love. Y'all know I'm going to ask that woman the hard questions because I want to know. Y'all want to know. We all want to know.
I want to know.
Yes, and if you go on my page, I put the video up. She said it's so many things that she wants to talk about. So hopefully she gives me the opportunity to ask her the hard questions because I want to know. I want to know.
I've had this reoccurring thought in my mind saying, God, I just wish I could understand her thought process on why she did what she did. I mean, especially, when it comes to me, I'm sure we all do. We're all like, well, why me? Why did you make that decision? I'm just, because I still just can't understand how I could get eliminated on the shoot that I got eliminated on.
Let's talk about it.
What are you talking about? What are you actually doing here? I'm literally doing a skill that none of the other girls had to get a cool shot. Isn't that what we're here for? And then you're going to say, because I said, I feel like more of a dancer, that's what you're going to boot me off for? I mean, come on. That's not the overall picture of what the show is supposed to be about.
Mm-hmm.
So I
What do
would
you
guess.
believe? What do you believe happened in regards to you getting eliminated? Excuse me.
They really believed I was this, not I was, is it not confident, unconfident, unconfident,
Not confident enough.
not confident enough. Yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
proper grammar. Not confident enough, I guess. And maybe that's why. But the thing about it that's so annoying to me is that because I was portrayed that way, what
Mm-hmm.
wasn't seen was the very first eliminations where she told me, Giselle, you need to learn how to humble yourself because America's not going to like you. And so as an 18-year-old girl thinking, oh my God, I don't want that to happen. I started self-deprecating myself because I thought that was the exact opposite thing to do, to be humble. I didn't know,
Mm-hmm.
but I went out
Mm-hmm.
on those photo shoots and did what I needed to do and showed that I did have the confidence.
Mm-hmm.
So that was frustrating, but I guess if they all want to say I just was fishing for compliments and I was just not confident, then okay, fine. But I don't know.
Oh, okay. 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 Listen. Just a little small break. I just started doing these chats because it was quarantine. Mr. J has started doing the chats, and I was like, well, I'm stuck in the house. I want to talk to people and find out what's going on. I never would have thought in a million years it would result in this, especially Tyra Banks calling me.
I
I would
can't
have
believe
never
that.
thought, I would have never, ever thought in a million years. However, I pride myself in being honest. I pride myself in being transparent. I pride myself in having integrity. So whenever she does bless me with the opportunity to talk to her, if I don't get censored, because there are some chats, guys, and I try to toe the line between giving the people who watch me what they want and being professional and respectful of my guests and what they want. And I'm pretty sure y'all have watched some of my chats and been like, oh, Oliver's going easy. No, I had to submit my questions and they told me don't ask this, or I can't ask this, or I can't do this, or I can't do that. I just I pray. I'm like, please. I hope that I get the opportunity to have like a very transparent conversation with her because I'm of the firm belief that everybody has reasons that make them tick. Like there's three sides to every story: your side, my side, and the truth. So I'm
Mhm.
curious whenever I get the opportunity to like ask her some of these hard questions to try to inform the public, not trying to persuade, not trying to convince, none of that, because I don't got no heaven, hell, or jail cell to put a bitch in, but just try to inform the public of her psyche and how she thinks about things and where she was and stuff like that. Not giving her an excuse, but at
Right.
least we know why. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Did you have any like behind the scenes moments with her, like not seeing that like kind of informs how you view mamas, mamacitas, burritas, llamarita, Tyree?
The only thing that sticks out is when I got eliminated, and
Mm-hmm.
I go back to a separate hotel room that's within the same hotel that we were at,
Mm-hmm.
and I packing up my things, and I get a phone call, and it's the psychologist to ask me how I'm doing. I'm not going to jump off the Brooklyn Bridge or try to, set my wrists in the thing. I'm like, no, I'm good, I'm good. And then about 2 minutes after that, Tyra comes to my hotel room and she chats with me about like, how are you doing? Like, are you okay? But again, I felt so like it wasn't genuine. And I think I was mad too. So then I was just like looking at her like, leave me alone. Why are you here? You kicked me off. Now you're going to come over here and see if I'm okay. That kind
uh-huh.
And there were no cameras. I'm like, well, this is where we should start rolling and have this like on B-roll or bloopers or, behind the scenes footage or whatever,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
just to see the sort of tension or that after being booted sort of
Mm-hmm.
feeling, but no, she literally only showed up to be one-on-one or do that heartfelt, let's sit in a circle, kumbaya shit, when the cameras were on.
Yikes. Okay. What are your thoughts on production, like the people who ran the show? Because they've come up a lot in my chats and in other top model content about, their business practices, for lack of better terms, in terms of how they ran the show and how they edited the show and all that.
Well,
What does Giselle say about it?
I feel like maybe you have a lot more tea on that with maybe some of the contestants that were later on. I'm just assuming that because with us, we literally only saw them during casting. I saw them when we had our one-on-ones, and that was it. So I can really only speak to the editing, but I don't know those people. I just hate that I was portrayed the way that I was portrayed as a freaking not confident young girl, when I knew that I was. But so that sucked and that bothered me. And Michelle Mock was casting. She was awesome. And then really Ken Mock, he's like you see Ken Mock, executive producer, for all these years. He was nice as well. I don't really have anything bad to say. I feel like maybe the only sort of gossip we have on our cycle specifically is that our group, we kind of were really getting along, I think, for too long in the house. So they weren't really getting a whole lot of, meat. So when we would go into our one-on-ones, they would start dropping bombs about what other girls were saying about you and how we felt about it. And then there's where I was starting to get confused and I didn't know how to be diplomatic about the situation because I'm like trying to be, but then they break that wall down and then you just start talking. But I'm like, at first I was just like, wow, I feel they're being manipulative. And I thought that was
Yeah. Well, guys, I've been watching. I'm going to tell you guys right now. You guys know if I was on Instagram right now, I would tell you guys, get a badge. And if there's any question I have not asked Giselle, if you get a badge, it will pop up and I will ask her your question live over on YouTube. So if you super chat, it will pop up and I will post your question live on the stream for me to ask Miss Giselle. And while we're doing that, my special guest is here. And I would love to bring them in. Oh, wow. Did you see that light glare? Yikes. I'm just playing. Stop. Giselle, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. And without further ado, guys, the icon living herself.
Hey, guys. Looking beautiful,
Ebony
both of you. You are giving me frame, honey, with those glasses. Yes.
Oh, thank you, Ebony. Thank you.
I'm hoping you guys can hear me clearly because I have a new laptop and I'm trying to hook it up, but it's not popping. So I don't want to, I want to make sure that I'm on point. So I'm on my phone. So just if you can't hear me for any reason, please let me know.
No, I can hear you clearly. Giselle, can you hear her?
I can hear you.
Giselle, I am so happy to see you. That's
oh my God, so nice to see you. This is so crazy. How are you?
I'm really good. I'm really good. I'm blessed.
I love it.
And
I love
yourself?
it. Great. I see all of your Instagram posts and, liking those buttons, making my comments.
Yes, which I appreciate. That's one thing I could definitely say. Instagram, Facebook, and all these things that obviously were created after us has really been a great avenue for us to somewhat try to connect with each other. A lot of people, ask me all the time, girl, you need to tell this person this. And I'm like, whoa. They're not realizing that it's a TV show and we might not have each other's information. So it's nice that we have an outlet, to be able to connect with each other.
And also, it was so long ago that even if we had exchanged phone numbers at any point, those numbers could have changed, So it's been really cool having social media and being able to see who's out there and see what they're doing in their lives and everything. It's so awesome.
Absolutely. And you were on my top list to make sure and double check to see how you are doing. So I definitely, a couple of years ago, when I think that I had sent a hello and you responded, I was ecstatic. And it was just good to be able to, and I said good. And I also knew that it would take time. Even if I had everybody's information and let's just say the numbers didn't change, I knew that there was healing that needed to occur. So for myself, when I left you guys all gifts, when I was eliminated, I was going to leave you guys my information, but I didn't because I knew already what we were about to go through. So it wasn't on purpose, you know, that I did not leave my information, but I left the gifts to remind you guys, hopefully 10 to 20 years later, of who my true spirit is. So I'm just so happy right now, because I'm going to be honest with you. I wasn't necessarily going to go live again with Miss Fabulous. I'm Oliver Twixt. I did it because when he chose you, I said, when we were talking, he says, I don't know who we're going to connect with. And when I saw that he was doing a show with you, I was like, I'm in. I'm in.
I love that. And I'm so glad that you said that, because when it really did change my perception of you and how you and I were when you did leave that gift. And I read what you wrote, and I was like, oh, I understood who you were as a person better just from that small token that you left behind. And that was awesome. And ever since then, there was never any like hard feelings or any sort of healing I had to do when it came to you specifically, because it was like, all right, she dropped me a breadcrumb on who she is as a person, and I'm gonna eat that right up. You know what I mean? So I never felt any sort of animosity towards you, and really, honestly, not really towards any of the girls. I mean, I know what we were doing, but I mean, a couple of them. I mean, couple, but not you for sure.
Yeah, girl.
Ebony, are you still there?
Look now. One thing about me and you, we're gonna keep it real. You know, I don't say it again.
No, I was just making sure you were still there, kind of froze, but you're moving. No, you're moving. Now, I was just making sure you were still there.
Oh, okay. Okay. I can definitely say this. You know, I think one of the things that I always wanted to say, I remember when we had our first gathering, and I don't know if you remember, we went to like a bar lounge, and they had like rows of drinks. And I was somewhere like, oh God, they're trying to give us alcohol. And I knew that some of the girls were very young. And I think for myself, and I'm not sure if you were there, because I know the two girls came on later on, but the first time we actually went out, it was to this lounge area. And I ended up playing pool at this place that they sent us to. And when I was playing pool, the reason why I went to play pool, which was kind of odd, you know, you're going to an event to kind of like a lounge to drink. I remembered, oh my God, this is supposed to be a modeling show. We have girls that are not 21, and we're going out to go drinking. I wanted to let you know that was my first warning that I needed to pay attention, because I wasn't on there to be just a model. The universe pieced me together and made me what the world saw as beautiful. But my goal was to use my acting, modeling to also be a healer and a health counselor, and to teach people how to be their authentic and beautiful self. So when that happened, the modeling competition for me, because I knew immediately that I had to pay attention, because there were a couple of you that were too young to be in that situation. So I didn't know that, me being a little harsh with you, you know, it was to deflect attention on you. And say it again.
It was a few times.
Say that again.
It was a few times that situation occurred.
Oh, and many times.
When the Wyclef Jean, they were serving us alcohol. I was the only one there that wasn't 21, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, so actually, it was 3. And you saying that, and thank you for, you know, recognizing that. But I wanted to say that because I know that even thinking about our situation with the cleaning and me, you know, talking about why are you cleaning, and a variety of situations that we went through, I hope that now you can see that I was trying to kind of be a babysitter, because I knew people were going to say you were immature, and it angered me because you were 18. Like, I want you to think about that. Why did I continue to say over and over again? I'm on some modeling show. It's supposed to be about me, boo. But I kept saying she's 18. I kept trying to tell everybody, you know, wait a minute, stop judging her. She's 18. What do you expect? She's behaving the way she should. And for me, I always had this energy. Like, I wish that you could have a better platform, because you were absolutely beautiful. And when you walked through that room and they chose the 2 women that surprised us, I said, Afro-Latino myself. When I saw you, I was proud. And I kept saying that's power walking into the room. And we need to see that image in America. because for somehow we've gotten lost on just one image, J-Lo. And I wanted to show, and I wanted to be a part of, sorry guys, trying to get my camera right. I wanted to be a part of praising you. And I got so frustrated when I saw people getting ready to degrade you. I even said your name incorrectly to trip up. So I want you to know that I did not call you out of your name as disrespect. It's kind of like, I'm going to say, gay fierceness, where we do that to tease and go, girl, get it together. That's why. You know, you are a beautiful woman. And the last thing I wanted was for anybody to say that you were, because you were very confident.
Okay. Back me up
But
though
it
here,
happened
because
to be
I
the
said
career we were walking into.
one thing, because I was portrayed as not confident. Now, do you remember? You might not, but do you remember when Tyra said that I needed to humble myself on that first elimination because America won't like you?
I remember every bit of it. And I'm telling you, when I heard that, I also, see, we all went through our individual journey. And behind the scenes, you guys, I was going through. So whenever I was vocal, you guys don't know. I had went through, they had told me behind the scenes I was ashy. Behind the scenes, they were doing horrible things. I never stole the mail. They actually tried to trick me. They pretended when they gave me mail that it was from my girlfriend, because I was the only one that got mail because my girlfriend lived a couple of blocks away. So she would drop off mail. So when you guys went off to Wyclef, I'm sorry? Oh, I thought you said something. When you guys went off to Wyclef and was, doing your thing, you guys didn't know exactly what I was going through. Every individual, all of us were going through certain things. So believe me, I noticed exactly what you were going through. Behind the scenes, I was going through, you're not confident. And now somewhere like, what are you talking about? I'm fabulous because I'm representing New York. I thought that was the point. So it wasn't about confidence. All of us had confidence to audition and to try. So believe me, I understand that. And I think that young people needed to see young women that were proud of who they were. And I thought that was the concept. So it kind of got me confused and lost in the sauce.
Ebony,
but I
can you hear
absolutely
me?
remember.
I feel vindicated. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Oh no, I think there's a small delay.
Absolutely,
Ebony, I want to. Oh wait, I think Ebony's thing is. I think it's behind us. Well, Ebony, what I'm trying to say, if you can hear me, is thank you so much for doing this. Is there any final words you want to say to Giselle or to the audience, to whatever or whatever? I love Ebony.
I know.
I just want to say that, the first girl, there we go. You know what? Y'all crazy. I'm going to say this. I want to remind all of the girls, in my heart, you are so loved. And I wish that I could have been a little more gentle. My goal was not to be fighting for, oh my God, we're talking about skin, or we're talking about with anorexia. We were such strong images of beauty, and all of us represented the real images of New York. And I think that got lost. And I just wanted to remind you, Giselle, that you are so loved. You are absolutely beautiful. And I think that we all deserve an energy of healing. And also to remember that this is also a TV show, and I want to also tell Tyra Banks that, yes, there are things I don't agree with, but I also know that this was an opportunity, and I'm thankful for that. And I think that we can still connect together and be able to heal those out there that were affected. Because at the end of the day, all of the girls from the first episodes are heroes. We represented fabulously. 20 years ago, most women didn't speak up their mind, and we did that. So don't ever forget that, Giselle. Don't ever let anybody take that away from you. You are absolutely beautiful. And as you look forward, just remind yourself that we all make mistakes. So we have to sometimes be humble to each other. So I do hope to have a final reunion and we move forward in love. Okay? But anyway, we fabulous though. And that's all I want to say.
I love it. Oh my God, it's so nice to hear from you and see you.
Thank you so much, Ebony. I freaking adore you.
Absolutely, darling. Absolutely.
Bye, gorgeous.
I'm-
Oh crap! I'm sorry. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I think her thing had like a delay in it. Oh, I'm so sorry. Ebony, I'm looking at it right now. I love you, girl. I love you. Mwah, 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 mwah. I'm gonna text you.
Yeah, connection bad. Should I write that?
Yeah. Oh no. I'm looking at her. She sees it. Yeah, she's good. She's good. Giselle, did you enjoy that?
Oh my God, that was so awesome. And to hear her, kind and inspirational words is just amazing. And see, now you could see she came in from a different perspective. She came in at a different age. I have my perspective, and I came in at a different age. So it's really cool to come full circle here and hear what she has to say from her point of view. And it's awesome. And I appreciated hearing those words because it makes me become enlightened in a different way of viewing the experience as an older woman myself now, looking back at my 18-year-old self. Does that make sense?
No, it does make sense.
My God, if freaking Andy Cohen can do where was our phone call, by the way? If he can do the he does like he's doing that whole reality TV, the history, I'm like, our 20 years is coming up. We're gonna have a 20-year anniversary coming up in the next year or two, right?
Let's see.
Because I'm 36, so yeah, in about a year and a half. I was 18 and I'm 36 now.
2003.
We should all come together, us first 10 people, 10 contestants, and talk.
Who's gonna host it?
I don't know. I think you should. And you should get. Ooh, and you know what? Since you're going to be talking to Tyra, you should be telling her that. You should say, just saying, I might put together, or maybe we should do that. Ask her. She's talking to you. Yeah, I want to get these 10 girls all back, the very first original ones, and have a conversation with all of them. How do you feel about that?
My girls. Bring back my girls. Bring back my girls. Bring back my girls.
You want to be on top?
Giselle, don't do that to me, girl. Listen. I live for Giselle. I live for her. I live. We do have one fan question that did come through. This is from Ken MPA, and he's asking, how was your career post top model?
That's an interesting question to answer for me specifically, because I didn't go into top model as a person who really wanted to be a model. I just wanted to be on television, and I was a dancer. So I went on to do a bunch of things in the dance world. I toured. I met my idol. Which was Michael Jackson. I went to Neverland Ranch. He asked me to be in his next sequel to Thriller, Threatened, from his Invincible album. I was supposed to play the role of Ola Ray that was in Thriller. I did so many things that went with what I did as a professional entertainer, which was in the dance world. I did television, I did all this stuff. I actually left the industry when I was 27. I left 27. I left it altogether because I was burnt out. I had been auditioning and working since I was 5 years old. So I wanted to know what it was like to go out to a party, get drunk, go on a freaking date, go to the movies, because it was always, I have rehearsal, So then within the past couple of years, I was like, all right, I think I'm ready to come back. I'm still here in New York, but I'm not a model and I'm not a dancer anymore. So I've resurfaced as an entrepreneur, and launching soon. Kiss the World is coming out. I'm so excited. I had a really great meeting about that today too. And I've been signed, and I was doing a bunch of theater where they were calling me, and I wasn't even having to audition anymore because they wanted me to be on their plays right there behind me in Manhattan, on stage. COVID hit, bummer. Was working on all these other television shows, and I've just gotten signed by 2 agents, a manager, and then I have 2 other agents that want to speak to me Wednesday and Thursday.
Congratulations. That is so dope. Like that's freaking amazing.
Yeah, it's because this is what annoys me though, because it's like people assume. I see comments, oh well, Ava and Annalie, they're the only ones who've made it. What do you mean by made it? Just because you've seen them on a movie screen or you saw them on television or in a magazine, people have their own version of making it. Not everybody wants to do the same thing as the other person. No, not everybody wants to use that platform. Some people go through depression. I went through a depression where I didn't want to be in front of anybody at all. Like, leave me the hell alone. People always asking me, so what have you done? What are you doing? You know, what happened with Top Model? And I'm like, none of that has anything to do with me as a person and what I'm doing now and going to do. So it becomes a little bit like frustrating because people think that you're supposed to. We have a pressure where we feel like we have to be or do a certain thing because we did that, you know, and it comes and bites us in the ass too sometimes, because there was a time where I just wanted to do corporate America, and I, you know, because I have a degree and I could make a lot of money just by being, you know, a scholar and you know, smart businesswoman. And they'll Google you and they'll say that I was associated with Top Model, and if they don't like that, they don't call you in for an interview, or they call you in for an interview, then Google you and they're like, oh no, we don't want that in our office. Right. So it's not easy.
But I hope, and I do get a sense that you should be proud of yourself, and I do think you are proud of yourself. Like, girl, you still out here. You got great views. You got great skin. You got great hair. You have a great personality.
Now, but I can fix that. It's fine.
I said great hair, not gray hair.
Oh, well, thanks.
Giselle, when I come to New York City, which is very soon, I would love to come drink wine in your living room.
Can you please? You have my actual cell phone number now, so.
I do.
Like, I actually want to have a drink with you and like talk like normal people. Like, without the camera in my face.
Right, without people watching, so we can say all the explicit words that we love to say. Cause I love to curse, and I know your ass love to curse.
I know. I had to censor myself so much because I was like, I don't want another issue, so I'm just gonna tame it down a little bit.
No, you did a fabulous job. Is there anything else you want to say about Top Model? Ooh, I didn't ask you about Mr. J and Mrs. J.
Okay, quickly. Wasn't a fan of J Manuel. I thought way too much of a diva for me. Not my cup of tea. I felt like he put people down way too much. Back then, I don't know how he is as a person, you know, one-on-one, whatever. And I loved Miss J. I mean, talk about fierce. See, there's a difference between being fierce and then like fierce. Do you know what I'm saying? Or like a diva, like a diva. Do you know what I mean? Like, I felt like Miss J was a diva that you felt warmth and respected and you enjoyed and you were like, get it, and you were rooting for you know, that person. And then there was diva where it's just like, I feel ugly around you. I don't feel good around you. Why are you acting like that? You know what I mean? So that's what I have to say about the J's.
Thank you. We kindly accept. Giselle, what are you doing?
Dancing.
Oh, who do you think is going to win Drag Race?
I don't watch the show.
Oh, you just listen to the music.
Yeah, the music. And I've been binge watching Pose.
It is. See.
Wait, what?
This is the last season.
No, no, you mean season 3?
Yeah, this is the last season.
Oh, that hurts my heart. So good. So good. I mean, but Ryan Murphy, come on. He's just all of the things. Ryan Murphy, hi. My name is Giselle Samson.
Ryan Murphy, hi. My name is Oliver Twixt.
Right? Oh, God, yes.
Giselle, I enjoy talking to you so freaking much. And yes, of course, you already know it, girl. When I come to NYC, I am going to stop by and look at that window right there.
No, but I have a little bit of a mean streak in me. If I see your posts are in New York and you didn't say hi to me, I'm probably going to send you a mean message. Just know
For real? You know
what?
what?
Like, wow.
See, y'all girls have to understand, and this is what I told the LA girls, because you don't know how many LA girls were like, bitch, you brought your ass to LA and didn't. It's only one of me and 300 of y'all. But no, you're absolutely right. No, you're absolutely right. I am when I come to New York City, I'm gonna make sure I let everyone know. But I think what I'm going to do is more than likely to make it easier for me. I'm probably going to get a huge Airbnb and just invite everybody over.
That's probably the best way to do it.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, not probably. That is what I'm going to do. I'm going to have someone cater and.
You.
What'd you say?
I said, look at you, make everyone come to you.
Stop it! Oh my God! No.
And there's all of you, so you're gonna come to me. Okay.
Oh no!
Just so you know.
Oh my God, I hate y'all. Anyways, Giselle, it's always a pleasure. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. And I owe you a gift because this is your second time doing this, and this one is sticking like grit. I so appreciate it. Like, for real, for real, for real. From the bottom of my heart and from all my friends who are watching and who will watch, we are so appreciative of your time and your energy. For real, for real.
Thank you so much. I adore you, Oliver. And I'm glad we got to see this for the second time.
Everybody wave goodbye to Giselle. Girl, why did I almost say Giselle?
Giselle.
Everybody wave goodbye to the beautiful Giselle, as she just gave us a sickening A&TM live on Cycle 1 of America's Next Top Model. Bye, gorgeous.
Bye.
Bye, Giselle. Thank y'all so much for watching. Bitch, we are back. I have a chat lined up every day this week, so make sure your asses are in your seats and you report to class on time. Thank you guys so much. For those of you who bought my merch, if you're watching this video, take your 2 eyes right now and look down. All that merch y'all been asking for months. Tyra, we bind you. And yes, y'all thought just because I talked to Tyra Banks, I'm going to throw out my iconic saying of Tyra, we bind you. No, it's still, every time the Wi-Fi fuck up, we going to bind. We going to bind her. All the stuff is down there. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys. I really miss doing this. I just had to take some time just to get myself together and get some things done. But a bitch is back. A bitch is back. We are at what? Chat number 77. And we're going all the way to 101. I bumped it up to 101 because since I do love the colors black and white and Corella DeVille is like one of my spirit animals, I said, why not do 101 A&T in chat? So strap in, guys, because it's about to get... I love you guys. Until next time, be sure to parade and mother love and giggle. Be safe out there, guys. Bye.